Right then, so we have just had another really successful meeting in Shanghai, which is in Wujiaozui at the moment. It's funny, every time that you actually come for a meeting with somebody, you can never quite tell what kind of meeting it's going to be. Majority of the time, you come and do these things, you actually meet with somebody who is 100% ready to go. There's often lots of discussion that has to happen beforehand, and 9 times out of 10 in China, the first meeting's just to get to know one another. Whether you might be, you've done your research, you found out they've got great connections, or the programs they run are, fantastic, or they have the reach or the market reach or anything like that. You never really quite can tell whether you can work with somebody until you're sitting over the table from them, and then the actual conversations that you can have starting off will generally be one on a personal note. You obviously will go through what you're able to and they're able to do, but how you actually wrap these meetings up, what are the next steps, that's when you can tell whether it's been successful or not, or you can sort of estimate the kind of time implications. So if you actually meet up with somebody who, as I keep going on about partnerships are the one over here, if they've got something that you need and you have something that they need, then the conversation should be quite a simple one. The initial meeting should be one where you outline your kind of high level plan. They will outline what they're into, what their plan is, whether they have the resources in place, whether they actually need to go and find somebody. The meeting we just had now is somebody local to Shanghai. He's got great connections, great network. She actually already works with a number of schools from their finance departments and helps them with a lot of extracurricular activities. The other lady has been working with the British Council and in a number of different educational fields. She's actually become a little bit more available to do a bit more on the groundwork. We discussed whether they would be voluntary, and volunteers is fantastic, but there's only a certain amount of I say reliability, but the amount of work, time and energy they'll put in is obviously different to somebody who you can form a professional relationship with. So on both counts, I think we've laid some really good foundations there. Got a couple of other meetings this week with the same lady. So I've got a sneaky feeling that she'll probably join our team in China in the next month or two. But again, it's so crucial to build the relationship first and foremost. So crucial, it's a lot easier for me because I speak Mandarin, but the guys I'm with, some of my team, their English is great, their Chinese is fantastic, and she really gets where we're coming from. So having something like that with you is crucial. You can't speak Mandarin, having a translator is useful, but 9 times out of 10 they probably won't understand your program or your background and have 100% your interests at heart. They're kind of just more of a mediator. So figuring out, do you actually have the right team around you? Is the meeting that you're attending, what stage is it? Is it kind of more relationship building? Is it kind of feeling out whether the partnership would be a suitable one, or whether you actually need to organize a lot more meetings before you can even have that conversation? It's crucial to know where you're at and know where you want to go, and whether you have the right team around you. If you don't, that should be one of your first priorities, is finding somebody who fits the model, understands what you're all about, and understands both sides of the fence. So again, I'd love to hear how you guys are getting on, if you're managing to find, or those of you who have these partnerships in place or have nailed your kind of staffing or human resources. We're always learning. I'm always open to hear everyone else's success stories. So look forward to hearing from you.